respectfully, it's batshit insane to tell me that this rap beef is none of my business when Nicki Minaj is posting this to her millions and millions and millions of followers to run her own numbers up. The reason she has to broadcast every single passing thought is because her fans are an army of bots and drones that just believe everything she says and regurgitates that narrative to keep people talking about her. Her having this little meltdown episode on day 8 saying, Megan Thee Stallion, actually, now that I think about it, her career rides off of controversy, is so contradictory because she's the only one talking about it. Megan's talking, she might as well be talking to this brick wall right here. No one's talking back to her. Nobody is responding to her. And to sit here and to say, it's not any of my business, and to stay in my lane, I have a strong feeling you're only saying that because you like Nicki Minaj, and I find her behavior extremely inappropriate. If I was sitting here saying, actually, I think Nicki is the queen, I think she's just, this is her bubbly personality, you guys don't understand that she's joking, like, you would agree with me, probably. I don't think you would tell me to stay in my lane then. So we can agree to disagree on what we think ethically makes a good influence or not, but I don't think people understand and can see past their own fandom and admiration for her and idolization that she's doing this to pay her bills. Because when she gets angry enough, the fans that are like live and die by her are spending extra money to buy the song a million times, to buy extra tour ticket seats that they can't even fill just to make her numbers go up. Because Megan's career is entirely, right now at least, fueled off of competition and off of who she's fighting with, who she's beefing with in the moment. I just don't understand why her fans aren't able to pull back and acknowledge, haven't we been here before? Hasn't this happened a few times now? Like maybe, just maybe. Nicki is the problem. What is so scary about considering that? And to say, her career is based off of sympathy, first of all, I think that's like incredibly misogynistic of you to say that. I think anyone, man or woman, but especially a woman, getting shot in the foot and then just sending the guy to jail, rightfully so, to say that she's doing that to make people feel bad for her is so, you are just repeating what somebody else told you. I don't think deep down you actually believe that, because that is insane. And I think you should reflect on why you think a woman sending the male who shot her to jail is like begging for people to feel bad for her, when really what it's doing is like closing that shit up, wiping her hands of it, getting it done, and then moving on. And that's basically what Megan's doing. She's making music again. And the other thing too is you saying she's not that good of a person. Like, listen, at the end of the day, we do not know these people. My frustration is the fact that both Nicki and Megan are incredibly influential, and I didn't say Megan was a perfect person, because the debate isn't about one of them is a saint and one of them isn't. I think we can both agree they probably have really great traits and really bad traits, and I'm not saying this as a Megan stan to a Nicki stan. Like, that's why I don't think people understand. I'm a huge fan. I grew up on Nicki Minaj. I love her. That's why it's so disappointing, and I would assume that anyone who does love her and is a fan of her would recognize how self-destructive her behavior is right now. The woman's really gonna fuck her whole legacy up continuing this way. She's gonna hit a wall at some point. You can't just do this for months and months and months. Like, I'm not even gonna get into what I think is gonna happen, but is that the justification? Like, Nicki's allowed to say and do whatever she wants because Megan's just not that good of a person. That's not the point. It's not about Megan. It's the way that Nicki's influence trickles down into fans, into women, and shapes their cultural perspectives. Now we just have a bunch of women making fun of another woman who got shot by a man. Like, what's not clicking? Also, if it's really none of our business, Nicki Minaj can pick up the fucking phone and make a phone call to the woman she's beefing with, instead of putting it on the world stage and letting the audience decide who is right and wrong based off of very specific, very selective information, opinions, and emotions with no response from the opposing team. Please, be serious. She's fucking 40-something. Make a phone call.